Glenn Beck was discussing the primary runoff election in Mississippi. It was one douchey, insane Republican, Thad Cochran. He's, of course, an idiot. And another douchey, insane Tea Party candidate, who is also an idiot, Chris McDaniel. They were going against each other, and I couldn't care less about the outcome. No matter what, Mississippi loses. They're one of the poorest states in the nation. They're one of the most uber-religious states in the nation. And these guys are both not going to represent the people accurately or justly. They have very similar beliefs. So it doesn't fucking matter how it ends up. But Glenn Beck, of course, because he takes a lot of his money from one of the right-wing think tanks that's more aligned with the Tea Party. He needed to be on air rooting for Chris McDaniel and hating Thad Cochran. So what does he do? Well, when he hears that McDaniel lost, Beck and his little yes men flipped out, and this happened.
Voters of Mississippi. These are who these people are.
You're riling me up again.
I'm sorry.
I just spent an hour of you're riling me up again. You're really How do they sleep at night? Honestly, how does Orrin Hatch sleep at night? You're not going to give me an answer. You're going to rile me up, and then you're not going to give me an answer on that. How do they sleep at night?
Well, Glenn, chamomile tea is a wonderful thing to drink.
No. It's too late now.
No,
it's
I'm trying to
now.
bring you back.
Okay, so no. So here's how we deal with it. Okay, here's how we deal with it. This. I happen to be out on the ranch, and I am sitting now right on my front porch, and it is a beautiful day, and this is how we stress release. Here on the ranch, okay? If you just on it, you guys go ahead and talk amongst yourself.
Okay.
And I'm just going to stress relief here just for a second here.
Okay. Glenn is apparently walking somewhere on his porch, and hopefully this is safe for air.
I'm guessing.
We don't know.
I'm guessing this involves a weapon of some sort. Perhaps firing a weapon of some sort.
I don't know. He's now
picking up a rifle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's now firing weapons on the air.
Yeah.
This is the sort of rhetoric I thought we got away from. Mm-hmm. This is why Thad Cochran has to be in power, because of people like Glenn Beck who have weapons and will fire them randomly at ranches anywhere in America.
And you know what happened? You know what just happened?
What?
You know what just happened? It jammed. It just jammed. That's what happened.
Glenn Beck's audience is full of borderline lunatic idiots. The people who watch The Blaze are the same people who listen to Rush Limbaugh, all 13 of them. The same people who are deep, deep in that right-wing bubble. And I don't trust them. So when you're in the middle of having a political conversation about Thad Cochran and Chris McDaniel and this Mississippi Republican primary race and your guy losing, you go, yeah, this is how we relieve stress. We shoot guns at shit. And you're doing that within the context of a conversation about how dare Thad Cochran win? We hate Thad Cochran. I'm so riled up about Thad Cochran winning. He's an asshole. We wanted Chris McDaniel. We wanted him to win. I'm so angry I'm going to shoot a gun at a target. Do you think you might be sending the wrong message and that you might have some borderline fringe people in your audience who would go, oh, I get what he's trying to say to me. Maybe I should take a gun and go up to Thad Cochran and do what he's hinting at me doing here. Now, again, I want to harp away on the point that there's nothing you could do to legislate against this, and, you know, the studies have shown that Hollywood violence in movies does not lead to actual violence. Video game violence does not lead to actual violence. You know, it's not like if people watch Rambo and all of a sudden they come out of there having a bloodlust. It's not like you watch a rap video and all of a sudden you come out and want to have a party with bouncing asses, although I always want to have a party with bouncing asses. But you get my point. It's not something you can legislate against, and it is what it is. But I guess what I'm calling for here is, Glenn, think it through a little more, man. Think it through. And this goes out to all the conservatives. Bill O'Reilly, for years on his show, would call Dr. George Tiller the baby killer. Why? Because he performed abortions. Okay, Tiller the baby killer, Tiller the baby killer, Tiller the baby killer, Tiller the baby killer. And then what happened? Somebody shot George Tiller and murdered him. And then when that happened, what did Bill O'Reilly do? The tap dance. Oh, I never said you should kill him. No. I just said Tiller the baby killer 9,762 times over the years, and then somebody ended up shooting him and taking my message literally. Again, it's not Bill O'Reilly's fault, but you can see the influence on people. How about, there was a story recently, a mosque was burned down, and then the person who burned it down in court, they asked him if he knew something. He said, no, I only know what I watch on Fox News. And that guy's not alone, man. This is something we've seen over and over. A few years back, there was a shooter at a Unitarian Universalist church, which, of course, anybody who knows about that, that's a rather, liberal group. The Unitarian Universalist is a very liberal religion. It's not dogmatic and it's not conservative. And a guy went in there and killed a tremendous number of people in the church. And then afterwards, he said, well, I wanted to get to the people who were on the list of the liberals ruining the country that some conservative wrote in his book, but I couldn't get to them, so I decided to go to the liberal church and kill everybody. And there are people, have all different conservative commentators on their bookshelves, and then they commit murders. This person was one of them. I mean, again, be careful, because your audience specifically is the audience that is most likely to be unhinged and do something fucking crazy. You have to be clear with these people. Alex Jones, fucking Alex Jones, the guy, the terrorist, and by the way, all these killers are terrorists because they're killing in the name of a political ideology. The guy who just was the right-wing terrorist who draped the Don't Tread Me flag over police officers after he killed them in Las Vegas, or just outside of Las Vegas. This guy, all of his Facebook's likes, Heritage Foundation, Alex Jones, he wrote on Alex Jones's website, I mean, be careful. This is a country that allows you perfect freedom of speech, but do it with responsibility. One thing I always try to make clear on my show is, no matter how much we disagree with somebody, violence is always wrong. People tweet me sometimes, yeah, well, when is it time to do a fucking revolution or rebellion, man? It's getting to the point where it's beyond any fixing. And my response is, violence is never the answer. You get the sense from people like Glenn Beck, violence, sometimes it's the right answer. When you're really angry at Thad Cochran and your guy didn't win, Chris McDaniel, you get so angry you shoot at shit. But don't worry, the audience will be smart enough to know that we're just joking around here in good fun. Will they, Glenn?